What's up, guys? You know what? Today I want to talk a little bit about these expert expats living here in the Philippines. Who do you believe? Who do you trust? Um, but before I begin, remember this is my opinion only. What I think and what I say, um, it's my opinion. And you know what? I am no no way am I an expert on the Philippines. I've said this before. I'm an expert on my life, and that's about it. But anyways, I want to talk little bit about these expert, expats living here in the Philippines. You know, there's so many YouTube channels out there now about the Philippines. Some are good, some are bad, some are questionable. I guess it all depends on what a person likes and what they want to hear. Um, but there's so many out there now giving out advice. Um, I find it funny. Here's the first thing I kind of find funny. Um, you got the guy out there who might have been, well, he was stationed here pre 91 Pinatubo, maybe down in Subic Bay, in the Navy, and they haven't been here in like 31 years. Like they were stationed here for so many years, or they might have did a tour of duty or whatever here in the Philippines, and they're reliving their time here in the Philippines. Never been back since, but they give out they give out advice about the Philippines. That's 31 years ago. Don't you think the Philippines has changed? I do. But yeah, I mean, but you know what? They live in that moment that when they were here. But have never been back. Um, you got ones that, come here maybe once a year, twice a year, spend a week or two here, and they're giving out all this expert advice on, being here in the Philippines and living here in the Philippines. And I'm not saying some of their advice is not, is. I'm not saying all their advice is bad, but you know what? I've always said this too. Living here and visiting here are two different worlds. Um, then you got people here. Like I said, this is just what I'm observing here. For real, anything you want to know about the Philippines, it's on the internet. It's on Google. And you can find it. Videos have been done about it. Should you pay people for their advice? I don't know. You know what? I have a Patreon account. And you know what? I'm not, I'm not like all gung ho and wild on my Patreon account. I appreciate all my Patreons that, participate and, give a monthly contribution to my Patreon account. I appreciate it. At one time, I had on there where for X amount of dollars, I can do like a one-on-one Skype chat with you, and you can ask me any questions for X amount of dollars. And you know what? I had a couple people wanting to Skype me and do that. And you know what? After I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna charge somebody for advice that you can find online for real. I no longer have that option. And there were a couple people that I did Skype with, and I didn't even charge them. I told them flat out, withdraw your money from Patreon, take it out. I don't want it. I just don't want it. I feel it's like I'm taking advantage of somebody, because, like I said, you can find these things online. And one thing, if I don't know an answer to something, I will be honest and tell you flat out, I don't know an answer to something. I just don't. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to feed you a line of bullshit, basically, just for something for you to hear. And then you got to look at, like, the people that are giving out the advice. If you got somebody that met a girl online, came here to the Philippines, got married, stayed here in the Philippines, they live in the Philippines, what kind of advice? I mean, if they're putting out advice on dating in the Philippines and how to find a good woman in the Philippines, do they really know? Do they really know how how dating in the Philippines worked? They met a girl online, married her, live here. What do they know about dating in the Philippines? They really don't. You know. So like I said, you gotta kind of look at the people that are putting out this information. That's like me. I mean, I live here in Angeles City. Angeles City is known for the red light district. Somebody had said, "Oh, nobody knows Philly and the Philippines and the bars around here." Yeah, because that's not my scene. I don't go sit in bars. I'm not going to give you advice on how to sit in the bars here in Angeles City and how to be a whoremonger and how to pick up women and how to pay bar fines and what bars are for this, what bars are for... That's not my scene. I don't know anything about it. That's not my scene. I've gone a few times, sat in a few bars, drank a few beers, left, went to another. That's it. That's not my scene. So I can't give you advice. But there are people here that's their scene. That's what they're about. That's their expertise. That's not mine. You know? That's just not mine. So, do I know anything about the bar scenes? No. Am I going to be known in the bars? No. So, that's not my thing. You know? You know, you got people that come here and, well, I mean, like, you got some people that are like Phillyans. They got ones that were born here as a child. And as a child, they left the Philippines. They spent the majority of their life overseas, whether it's the United States, the UK, Canada, wherever, Australia. They spent their life there. Then they come back here, and, you know, some of them become like an expert of the Philippines as soon as they get back here. Are they really an expert? I mean, they spent most of their life in, you know, they grew up in another country, never came back to visit. Now they come back to live, and they're only here for a month, 2 months, 3 months, a year, and they become experts. I don't know. I mean, I'm just putting these things out there. Like, you got to kind of look at, I mean, to me, somebody that's been here, not traveling back and forth for years, spending a month here, a day here, you know, or a week here, whatever, going back and forth, back and forth. Yes, they know things about the Philippines, but I think somebody that actually lives here and has lived here for, you know, 10 years or more, they're going to know a heck of a lot more than somebody that's been here like me, 3 years, you know, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. You know, I guess there was a saying where we worked, you know, we would have the new guys come in and, you know, they would come up and they would, you know, give advice, or, you know, not give advice, but do this or do that. And we used to tell them, there used to be a saying is, sit back, your ink's not even dry in your application yet. It's basically what I'm saying is, you got guys that come in here and their ink's not even dry on their passport yet. And like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert. What I know, I can share with you. I'm not going to charge you. Which brings me to, like, the ones that charge people. And like I said, you can find pretty much anything you want here. And what you got to do here in the Philippines. But I you know what, someone mentioned this person, and I'm not going to say their name. You know, like I said, to each their own. If somebody wants to pay somebody for advice that you can find on the internet, go for it. I mean, nobody twists anybody's arms to give people money. But you know what? Somebody showed me this one person who, you know, they put out videos. I mean, they put out decent videos, but they want to charge people for, like, dating advice. But if you go to the person's channel, they have over 65 videos on dating. So why would you pay somebody why would you pay somebody for advice when you can just go on their channel, look it up, and see that they have, you know, dating advice? You know, I don't know. Some of these people, you know, they're just good with words. I'm not that great with words. I don't have an extensive vocabulary of fancy words to dazzle and amaze you. That's not me. I mean, some of these guys are good. They can talk great. They know what to say. They could sell you a bottle of sand in the middle of the desert. They could sell you a bottle of ocean water while you're on a boat in the middle of the ocean. These guys, they're just good. They're good salesmen, basically. But you go on to the sites here, and they're charging like $5. $5. Access to exclusive videos on dating and marriage workshops in the Philippines. This guy already has multiple videos up about dating, so why would I even pay you? For $20, access to exclusive videos on dating and marriage workshops in the Philippines. 1-hour consultation monthly. Once again, things you can find on the internet. Then you got the top one. Access to exclusive videos on dating and marriage workshops in the Philippines. 1-hour consultation weekly. I don't know. Like I said, to each their own. Shows here he's got 44 Patreons and he's making $368 a month. Now here's his goal. See, this is where I don't know, like I said, this is my opinion, where I'm like, I don't agree with it. When I reach 500 per month, I'll be able to cover monthly living expenses here, which will enable me to upgrade my equipment and concentrate on better quality videos and more frequent produced videos. This is where I have a problem. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's basically asking people to cover his monthly living expenses here through his Patreon account, which to me is wrong. To me it's wrong. But like I said, to each their own. People, like I said, you gotta kind of look and see what makes this person's word worth paying for. Why would I pay for it? What can you offer me? You've been in the Philippines a couple months, a couple years. Your ink's not even dry on your passport, and you're the expert out there wanting me to pay you, for this advice. I didn't when I came to the Philippines, I came on my own. There wasn't much out there. I just kind of came. Figured it out as I went. Some of the things that people talk about are pretty much basically dummy proof. Why am I going to pay somebody to tell me how to extend my visa? Man, Google that. YouTube it. It's on there. Why am I going to, should I buy my girlfriend a house? YouTube it. I mean, you can find all this stuff on YouTube. Should I send my girlfriend money? YouTube it. How do I date? Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about dating in the Philippines. You got to ask these questions to these people that want money from you. How long have you been dating in the Philippines? How many girls have you dated in the Philippines? Then again, they're good. They're like a car salesman. They're good with their words. They could, tell you just what you want to hear. I mean, but like I said too, nobody twists anybody's arm to give money to anybody. But like I said, these are just my thoughts. I don't know. I personally, I wouldn't pay anybody to give me advice if they haven't been doing it for a long time, where they, you look at them and they don't, what they're trying to give you advice on is not even what their life's about. I don't know if that makes sense or not. But anyways, I just wanted to cover these, Philippine expat experts that are out there right now. There's a lot of good channels out there, like I said. A lot of good channels. What I like, you might like. What I like, you might not like, and vice versa. It's all in what you like. But anyways, just my thoughts. To each their own. Once again, nobody twists anybody's arm to send anybody any money or donations. But I do disagree with somebody trying to get money from people so they can live here in the Philippines. That's all I got to say, guys.